Hello everyone, welcome to yet another Smashy Business episode. The Smashy Business Show is here for you on Wednesday, 30th of October 2024. October is ending. It's like the first quarter of the last quarter of the year has ended. So yeah, that's happening. Today we have a lot of interesting stories. FII, which is Future Investments Initiative, Saudi-based institute, has its conference going on in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. Everyone is talking about it. All the big news that came out yesterday was from the event. So we'll talk about a lot of stuff, what happened and what not. And apart from that, just to tell you at the very start of the show, we have a WhatsApp channel now, so you can subscribe to it or join the channel. The link is in our Instagram bio. It's in our newsletter, which we send out every day. So yeah, if you want just updates throughout the day on your WhatsApp in the channel section, in the update section, just join that. Hi, everyone. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
How is Wednesday treating you?
How is what?
How is Wednesday treating you? Like, good start to the day?
It's like half of the week is done.
Yeah.
So I'm like excited. I'm
Yeah, I
excited for the
always
weekend.
love
It's
Wednesday
crazy.
and hate Wednesday. Love it because, weekend is 2 days away. And I hate it because it's the middle of the week. There's still 2 days left to the weekend. But yeah, that's the thing with Wednesday. It's a mixed feeling.
See, I just started this week and time is already flying.
Yeah, 3 days.
So insane. Speaking about exciting things that have come from the conference, the Noon CEO Faraz Khalid has basically announced in the conference that they're gonna open the first physical store pilot in downtown Dubai for Noon. Now, this is absolutely insane because we're seeing how the company is completely developing, especially with Noon Minutes. It's beaten giants like Careem, Talabat. Here, it's not the #1 e-commerce platform. However, in Saudi Arabia, it's even beaten Amazon.
Yeah. And the funny thing about the whole chat is that they're keeping it a little on the low side. They're not announcing it. But during his chat at
If you know, you know.
One of the lab events, he actually, like, it was maybe a slip of the tongue. He said that, we're piloting this thing, that we want people to come to a store and like have that nostalgic feeling of shopping from the store. Because Noon is primarily e-commerce. There's no physical place where you can go and be like, I'm shopping at Noon. So they're piloting this project. Let's see how it goes out. Will they create a Noon branded supermarket where you'll find all the stuff from other brands? Or will they come up with their own brands, their own sugar, their own wheat?
They've done their own ice cream already.
Yeah, they've done their own. So,
chocolate.
Yeah, all these things we'll know later. The details will be out. But talking about Noon again, as Word said, is one of the biggest players. It's beaten a lot of competition in the region. Saudi Arabia,
there's a
it's
lot.
the number
There's
one platform.
Talabat, there's Deliveroo, there's Talabat. Also
InstaShop,
Careem. Yeah.
But some of them are owned by each other. The complex network is there. InstaShop is owned by someone. Then Uber has bought Careem's delivery thing.
Noon bought Namshi.
Yeah,
believe,
so all these things are happening. The main thing is that Noon Minutes, according to the CEO Faraz Khalid, is becoming bigger than what originally Noon came for. Noon came with its food delivery service, and now Noon food delivery is a smaller market, and Noon Minutes is giving its own partner thing, the partner concept, competition, and he was very clear in the talk that people now have an expectation of getting things quickly. And we were talking about that in the morning, that sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I realize, I forgot to buy bread or eggs or milk. Yeah, and you can just Noon it and you'll get it in like hardly 15 to 20 minutes. And by that time, you're just preparing your morning, getting a shower maybe, or planning everything. So yeah, that's great. He said that the median delivery time is 11 minutes. So whenever you order from Noon, the median time is 11 minutes. I usually get it in 15, 14 minutes. It tells you the time and it delivers on time. That's the good part.
I truly think it's one of the most revolutionary concepts to ever exist in e-commerce.
And in the idea of Dubai and Saudi specifically in the Middle East. The urban development is good, the roads are good, the traffic is well managed. So all of these things also add to delivery on time, I guess.
Definitely.
Yeah, because if I talk about Pakistan, the country I lived in all my life, it was impossible to get anything on time because either the rider will be stuck in traffic or there will be something on the road, something happening that he couldn't deliver it on time, or finding addresses is a big problem in our country.
And not just that, I also think that noon minutes, it's so culturally significant. Like the people in this country, they love luxury. They love luxury so much. And if you're able to, use like an e-commerce grocery brand and receive your groceries in less than 30 minutes, that is luxury at its best. It's really luxury at its best.
Time luxury, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I need it right now, and you just maybe see 5 or 6 reels, and your bill is like ting tong. Your groceries and everything that you ordered is here.
I'm so loyal to Noon Minutes, by the way.
Yeah, everyone is. I actually have like the 15 dirham subscription where I get free delivery for anything that I order.
They're monetizing it really
that's
well.
the good part also about it. Talking about Noon a little more before we move on to the next story. It's a venture which was started by Mohammed Al-Arabbar, the founder.
He's funding 50% of it.
Yeah, so he owns 50% of Noon, the whole group. And then PIF also invested. That's the sovereign wealth fund of Saudi Arabia. And there are a lot of private investors involved as well, but they don't name themselves or they're not in the forefront. It's always Emaar Properties, Mr. Al-Abbar, and apart from that, the PIF. So yeah, they're trying to make it into a profit-making venture as well. I remember their latest report, it said that it's not mainly a big loss-making project right now, but it's not making profits. So soon they're trying to get it into profits as well.
Really?
So right now they're just working on making it as easy to like access and as convenient for people that it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
And once it becomes
has become a habit for me. It really has. I rely on it. Like, by the way, every like 1 to 2 days, we order from Noon Minutes. Even sometimes every day, but I don't want to admit that on television. But I think the Noon itself, you're definitely right. They are trying to make profit because have you seen the ice creams that they've released?
Yeah,
like
I saw.
They've done these like special flavors.
I guess it was a partnership with a lot of brands. And they were not like normal brands like, some ice cream brand or some food brand. They were weird brands as well. And they introduced those ice creams.
Strange.
Yeah, we did a story about that. I remember now. And there's a biryani flavor.
And they have ketchup.
Yeah, they have ketchup.
Eat ketchup ice cream.
People loved it, apparently. People loved all the different flavors.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I saw this entire ice cream project. I didn't see it as them trying to give us good ice cream. Because
it was just like something new.
Exactly. I think some of the flavors, they are good. Like the pistachio one. And they also have, I believe, a rainbow one. I believe some of them are good. But I think that how like strange and weird and niche the entire concept is, I think that much more than profit, it's to get the company's name out. Because if you're developing something strange like this, and all kinds of influencers are going to speak about it.
The funny part was, it was not in partnership with Noon. It was Noon Minutes specifically. By the way, ice cream is food, right? So they didn't partner with food. They partnered with Noon Minutes. So it's a very interesting thing that they're doing. They're not just promoting Noon as a whole. They see Noon Minutes is growing, so they're pushing Noon Minutes more now. The food delivery service is there, it's also good, delivers on time, the restaurants are there, every restaurant that you want, you can find it on Noon. But the Noon Minute concept, they're trying to make it faster and better. I remember,
it's a good marketing tactic.
I don't remember exactly who I talked to this about, but some person who was part of this whole supply chain process, they told me that Noon has a warehouse of products filled, and I saw one of them in one of the buildings that I used to work in. So they have a warehouse. So when you order, the reason behind it being so quick, every 10 kilometers they have a warehouse. I don't know the exact numbers.
That's also so safe for the drivers. That's really good for them too.
So you order and someone in the warehouse has already started packing your order and the rider just reaches there, and sometimes the riders are lining up there. So it takes like 1 or 2 minutes to pack them and they just give it to the rider and rider is on his way. So that's the good concept, that they have warehousing after like some kilometers in every area. So if you're ordering, for example, I order from Discovery Gardens, I know there are warehouses, like 4 or 5 warehouses in the whole locality. That is why it's so quick. They worked on their warehousing. So operationally, really great. Let's see how far and how quicker that they can get. Like maybe someday
not
we'll be
just
like,
that,
okay, 5 minutes, drone is
them
delivering.
doing that collaboration for the ice cream, I think it's so smart because
Yeah.
these took very specific brands like
Yeah.
Lebanon Up, Ketchup, and they have their actual logos
Yeah.
on them. So it's not just some like mock-up ketchup.
Yeah.
So you know that they have a really strong relationship with other brands,
Yeah.
with their suppliers, and I think that's a very good sign that they're on the right track.
It was very interesting, and I guess it ends sooner or later at the start of November, if I remember the dates correctly. But yeah, if you want to try a biryani ice cream, you're more than welcome to go to one of them.
Did you
pop-up.
try it?
No, I didn't. I don't like ice cream.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, very rarely I eat a cornetto. Very
That's
rarely.
crazy.
Yeah,
I love
but my
ice
wife
cream.
should go. She eats ice cream every day, so maybe she can go. Let's move on. Let's talk about investing locally. PIF has a new announcement. Again, happened at FII 8 Future Investment Initiative Conference. The Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, under the leadership of Yasser Al Rumayyan, who is the governor of FII, and he is also the head of PIF. He announced a strategic shift to reduce his international investments from 30% to approximately 18 to 20%, which is nearly $930 billion. So PIF has $930 billion assets under management, and they are saying that now they will look inwards, not outwards. They're going to reduce their international investments, and the part that they reduce, the 10-12%, they will invest it internally in local startups, local businesses to make them bigger. So good sign for Saudi startups, Saudi businesses, and everything Saudi, that PIF now wants to focus inwards. That's a good sign, I guess.
I believe much more than a big sign. I think it has a broader economic implication that Saudi Arabia is going to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to have their own very local market that can generate income on its own without international involvement. And I think that's truly the key for countries in the Middle East, for countries in the Sub-Saharan Africa to, finally gain power. It's when they finally move away from the claws of colonial powers. No, truly. It's how these countries can develop self-sufficiency. When I always compare the Middle East and Sub-Saharan Africa, the reason why the Middle East it's achieved so much progress, it's because of the fact that they're becoming self-sufficient. They have already become self-sufficient, and we're seeing that in Sub-Saharan Africa. They're trying, but it's not really the case.
Last year I was part of one congress where a lot of ministers from African nations were there. I remember the whole conversation. It was a 2-hour conversation. It was a ministerial meeting. The whole conversation was about them talking about their youth, and focusing that youth towards working towards the country's resources and building something up on that. So their focus is very clear that I've seen right now. Africa, North Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, they know now their power in terms of the minerals that they have, in terms of all the natural resources and the unnatural resources, maybe the human capital that they have right now, and then trying to build something on it. Obviously, it takes, what I've read in multiple books from multiple experts, it takes at least 3 generations to bring a revolution in anything, be it a political revolution, business revolution, economic revolution. So right now, this generation, at least the elders are thinking about it. The next generation, which are the young ones, they will work on it, and the third generation will reap the benefits. So it's about time that Africa becomes self-sustained and they understand what they have, and they use that raw material to develop final products as well. That's the main cycle that they need to get out of. Right now, they have the raw material. They know they have the raw material. They just don't have 2 things: the intellectual capability to convert it into final product, which they have, but obviously education standards are bad.
I don't believe it has anything to do with intellectual ability.
No, obviously you
has
need
more to do with
experts,
corruption.
right? You need experts to understand. So that's the intellectual capability, or the intellectual, what would you say?
But even experts can
capital
embezzle
that
money.
you need.
Even experts can embezzle money. The
they
issue
can.
with Africa, the reason why they're not becoming self-sufficient,
Corruption.
they know that, exactly, they have all these natural resources, but because of the fact that there aren't strong governance policies in place, there's not going to be strong economic policies.
To be honest, at least the conversation has started. That is for me a
Yes.
very good sign that the conversation is there. Maybe they don't mean it. Maybe they just come to forums and say it. They don't mean it. But at least the word is getting out, and the African youth will understand that, oh, they're saying this, but they're doing this. So maybe we should take the onus and start building something. And obviously, startups are coming out of Africa. It's not that startups are only limited to Europe, America, and the Middle East. There are startups, there are sustainability startups, water saving startups, a lot of startups that are coming from the North African region right now. But obviously, it will spread. Africa will grow. That's the consensus from experts. That is why a lot of people are focusing towards Africa. I remember UAE earmarked nearly $40 billion to invest in Africa for development projects, sustainability projects over next 5 years. So UAE is doing that.
Essentially aid.
Not aid. They are going to go there. If they want to build, for example, an electrical farm for electricity, or they want to build a sustainability project for something, they are planning to build it there. That way, people will get jobs. UAE, obviously, it's a two-way street. They are going to invest there. They're going to build something. People will get jobs. Experts will fly in from other areas, go to Africa. They'll train those people. So eventually, this helps. So they didn't earmark that money in the form of aid. They earmarked it in the form of development projects. Development project, any project has at least 200, 300 people working there. So that's a good part. UAE is making contribution. That is like one of the biggest numbers I remember. Apart from that, FII, the Day Zero event, New Africa Summit, again, conversation is happening on this.
It is.
We'll see something good happening.
I truly believe for long-term economic development to be, a true reality for Africa, and especially sub-Saharan Africa, it really all has to do with governance. It all has to do with political ideology. Like, for example, if you take a look at Rwanda, especially after the genocide that they have had, you know what they did, by the way? After the genocide ended, in Rwanda, they actually focused on building the justice system. So what essentially happened is, after the genocide, they received large amounts of aid, and what they did with that money before, investing it in infrastructure and economic activities, they took that money and they trained judges, they built a new justice system, they trained new lawyers, and right now, if you actually look at the economic statistics of Rwanda, it's doing really well. Economically,
because
it's doing really well.
There is justice in this society.
Exactly.
So everyone is doing business on good terms.
So it's I think it's really telling of the implication of that. I believe that political stability, it can act as a precondition for long-term economic development.
Talking about political stability, Middle East is very politically stable. Thankfully, Saudi and UAE.
Just to circle back to Saudi Arabia, I know a lot of people are thinking, why are they pulling out their investments internationally? Why are they focusing more inward? I read this book. It's called Dead Aid by Dambisa Moyo. She's an economist, and she said that sometimes the most generous thing you can do is just say no.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting how it's like, give and take by, Saudi Arabia taking a step back and focusing more on their actual local economy. That's going to have far-reaching effects.
Also, to be honest, there's this power dynamic involved as well. Usually, when we talk about Saudi PIF, when it started back, like when it was in its child day, like very young, when actually the concept of PIF, it was $115 million fund, not even billion. Now it's a mammoth, it's a $930 billion mammoth. The problem is they're investing so much money outside. Now they're setting standards. I remember on Wall Street, when you're doing deals with a lot of banks, the rule is the 10 and 20 rule. So 10% is like service fee, or 20%. Now Saudi Arabia and the Middle Eastern powers like Abu Dhabi, UAE, the whole country, they go and they say, no 10 and 20. Now we're going to talk about 5 and 15. So 5% service fee and 15% the profit and sharing all of that. Not going into the complications, but 5 and 15. So they are setting terms now on the global scale. And every big investment firm which handles investment, which does investments for you, they are coming here because they know. Barclays, we did a story in the morning that Barclays is trying to come back, now planning to come back to Saudi Arabia 10 years after they exited. So they are seeing something that is there. And to be honest, it's capital. It's the money that is there, and their $1 trillion NEOM project. They're building everything which is like not even small, magnanimous. So they need money, they're taking money. So everyone wants to be there. Everyone wants their slice of pie from Saudi Arabia, from the Middle Eastern countries, from UAE. So yeah, that's the story. Saudi Arabia thinks they should now invest less outside and more inside. That was said at the FII opening ceremony.
On Saudi Arabia a bit more, our next topic is that Saudi Arabia has actually reached a 98% cashless society.
Yeah, and the visa executive, what I saw, he was the president of the MEA region, Andrew Torre. He said that they've achieved 98%, only 2% left to become a cashless society. No cash revolving around. Obviously, some places it will stay always. But the good part is that the digital commerce industry is growing, e-commerce is growing, people are paying now online, it's very easy, there's a lot of safety now in online payments, and a very developed Saudi society understands that there is safety. And banks are giving guarantees over online payments. We have so many systems, PayPal, etc., etc. There's like 1 million systems of paying online. So yeah, the society understands now that there is no risk involved in online payments. But for an underdeveloped country like Pakistan, maybe Sudan as well, a lot of underdeveloped countries, there is still this fear that, oh, online payment, what if I lose my money? But in these stable economies, it's very good that you can pay online and never worry about it because you know you're insured at the bank level, you're insured by the government, and the overall security of digital transactions is there.
But that fear is justifiable though, like for example...
It is justifiable for underdeveloped countries because, again, corruption, then banks doing stuff there which they shouldn't do. In these countries, everyone, the justice system that you talked about, everyone is approachable for justice.
Like, and there's definitely good governance here.
Yeah, good governance. So yeah, that is why Saudi Arabia is now 98% cashless. That's one of the biggest numbers that came out of the FII conference. Basically, Arab News interviewed Andrew Torre, and they reported on it. So yeah, you should give credit where credit is due.
I think it's so amazing because it's also indicating that Saudi Arabia, it does have this, commitment to building this digital economy. They're going to continue. They are going to reach their 2030 plan.
They will.
Hopefully.
Not hopefully, for sure.
For sure.
I have like 100% guarantee that they'll reach all their targets and most probably surpass all of them.
Before even breaches.
Yeah. So that said, we discussed a lot of stories today. The main ones are Noon is trying to get a physical store soon enough. Let's see how it is announced and what are the details. We'll know soon. PIF is looking to invest internally, not externally. They want to reduce their international investments. And apart from that, Saudi Arabia has got 98% contactless payment systems. They've got that. And it was said by one of the experts, one of the card experts, like Visa expert. So that's a good sign. Today we have a special guest with us. So don't leave us so quickly.
Yes, we do.
But who is the guest?
So essentially, QUBE Development, an internationally acclaimed real estate developer with 30 years in the industry, has officially entered the dynamic UAE market. Known for pushing the envelope in sustainable, high-quality projects with modern landscapes, QUBE is set to redefine standards in Dubai with its modern, thoughtfully designed projects. Now, to redefine Dubai's real estate landscape by Q4 2025, they are launching Arisha Terraces in Studio City for those who seek genuine living in Dubai. Now, our special guest today is the very project director of this project, Leon Kolflaath. We are going to be welcoming him soon.
So stay with us. We're going to be back in hardly 40-50 seconds.
Yes. Hello, everyone. We are back. We have a very, very special guest with us. He is the very project director of the new Arisha Terraces from QUBE Development. Hi, it's nice to
Hi.
have you.
Yeah, nice to be here. Thank you.
How's your day going, Wednesday? You look tired, I think. Very busy. Very busy with everything.
No, well, it is. It's an incredibly challenging thing to launch a project.
Oh, yeah.
It is a lot of wheels that has to turn and a lot of things that has to click. So, but we had the launch yesterday. It was very successful, I would say, and we're very, very happy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just start by, telling us more about you and what you do.
Well,
What does a project director do?
Yeah, exactly.
we do everything, really. We do, on a daily basis, we work with marketing department to ensure that the product aligns with the market demand. We work with sales department, again, to align the product with the market. We work with the design department endlessly to ensure that marketing will know what looks good, and sales will know what sells good, and then design will know what lasts.
Okay.
So you need to coordinate a lot and make sure that they all work together in a good way. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you
difficult
don't
thing.
get any credit. You just only if something goes wrong, it's a problem.
But no, like making them work together, it's that difficult, or like they are always on good pages? Do you have problems like, oh, I don't like this design, marketing is saying no, this looks good, and sales is saying no, this will sell good?
Yes, all the time, every day. But
it's a constructive process, I guess.
Yeah, that's how you create something. No?
Yeah.
You have to be critical, and you have to ensure that you're actually asking the questions while you're going forward. So when sales department actually raises a concern, you have to listen, and the same with design, and the same with marketing, and same with finance, for that matter. I mean, that's also a crucial part. So I think we are in Dubai. We have, how many nationalities?
200 plus, nearly
It's
200
insane.
plus, yes.
So that's probably the most interesting part of our office, is that we have so many nationalities. I mean, there's no two alike. So, and all of them have different backgrounds. All of them have different, standards of everything. Which I think is probably why the output becomes so great.
Yeah.
If you work together.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And you said that it takes a lot of creative and critical thinking to create something this great. And really, my question to you is that how did you get into this field? What inspired this creativity for you?
No, to me, I just like the process of building. I like any processes, really, from start to end, and I would say the art of creating something is what made me go into this field. Like you have nothing, and then you create something. This is amazing to me.
Yeah.
And,
the whole process.
Yeah.
The bad parts and the good parts, every part of it is amazing to me.
And speaking about every part, can you tell us about Arisha Terraces? Can you describe it to us? Describe it to them?
Yes. So Arisha Terraces is it's something different in the market, I would say, because what we've done is that we've not designed this project from a financial point of view or from an egoistic point of view. We really try to look at the market and the nationalities here, and what is required here, what people want here, what I want here. Like even from an egoistic point of view, but from what do every single part, an individual in our office want. Like you want a genuine home, and that is our belief, that we want to create something genuine, and it is it's 4 buildings in total. Small community in Studio City. 419 apartments in total.
Nice.
Not anything super braggy. It is just a genuinely very nice apartment. All materials we selected from top shelf, really, and the design layouts are very generous. We've allowed for a lot of light in all apartments. We've allowed for high ceilings, floor to ceiling glass, wall to wall glass, wherever it's possible. Not having this typical, windows of hope in the end of the apartment.
Yeah.
So, and we've gone, in terms of amenities, it's insane.
Yeah, I saw.
Looking at it, we were discussing it.
Insane. You guys have a cinema, a
Yeah.
co-working space,
Yeah.
libraries.
Yeah. Because, in the end, maybe you're living in a studio.
Yeah.
We have a lot of studios, or a 1-bedroom apartment, and you have some family coming over. You need to have a place for them you need a place to gather.
Yeah.
So we have a community center, double height, really amazing community center. We have cinemas there, like you said, shared kitchens. We have you can directly access the courtyard from there, so it opens up, so you can let in Mother Earth when the weather allows it. We have a paddle court on the roof.
Ooh, that's nice.
We have a lot of people liking paddle here in Dubai.
Yeah.
It's
It's become a new cool sport in Dubai. Everywhere you see there's a
I've
paddle court
noticed.
here. Everyone is opening a paddle court, but yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, well, a lot of people like it, so we put it, and we have a proper gym, like a real gym, double height again, fully equipped with a yoga studio, an outdoor meditation area, and
You guys have everything.
everything.
Everything, but what sets you guys apart from other real estate developers? Why you?
Yeah, well, there are many things that differentiate us, but I would say that the fact that our own management, their direction is simply, we're building homes. Don't look at the bottom line. Don't look at, make sure it is amazing. Make sure that it is something great, because we want to build something that lasts, and there is, in Dubai, we have a lot of buildings that are failing after 10, 15 years, 20 years, and we want to be different and build something that lasts, and a genuine home.
Why are these buildings failing?
Quality?
Is it something with the infrastructure?
No, I can't speak for all these buildings, but I know that when you're taking decisions, you have a lot of decisions to take. Should I do this thickness? Should I do this material? Should I protect this concrete? How should I protect this concrete? What kind of glass should I choose? What kind of aluminum every single time there is a choice, and you can go this direction or you can go this direction. And
So, do you think with all this development happening, you're there, a lot of other developers are there, everyone is building something. The consumer at the end of the day, they become very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
They know, they enter, they see everything and they touch it and they feel it. They've become knowledgeable and they understand the difference between, for example, if I go to some apartment and then I come to QUBE, your Arisha Terrace, would I feel the difference? Are consumers that knowledgeable now?
Yes, I think, I know that they would feel the difference, because I haven't seen anything quite similar as our small community. See, the project, the inspiration behind the project, which is, if you've been to any wadis here in the GCC, like the oases, have you guys done that?
Yeah.
So there's these canyons, and you have these water sources and the mountain ranges. This was the inspiration behind our project. So you have this cascading facade going towards this central pool and this wild greenery, It's not, you will not find a cut hedge in our project. It's all very natural and organic and beautiful. We will have a hydroponic garden on the roof where we will grow vegetables for all the residents. We will have solar panels on all the roofs as well to ensure that everyone have a low impact.
Yeah.
And you will feel the difference in every material, I think.
Nice.
But see, Dubai, it's amazing here.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm not. There is buildings here which is insanely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that Arisha is like something mind-blowing.
Okay.
It's just a genuinely really nice home.
But I get your idea. You're saying that you need a good home feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have a
genuine
paddle
one.
court, if you have a gym,
Genuine.
if you have all
I'll
that
brainwash you with the genuine.
no, now I have to go and see them myself as well. Maybe find a studio. But the feeling of home that you talked about, that's very important in any house.
Yeah.
Just like entering and feeling like home, that's very important. And if you're saying Arisha has that, I guess that would be the best selling point for Arisha.
Yeah, like when I was a child or when I was a young boy, you wanted to have like some place to play, and you wanted to have some place to feel, this is my courtyard. I loved that, at least when I was a boy, and to have that community feeling and to be able to run to the neighbor and ring his bell and say, can you go play, and have some place to actually go play. And that's, we have two playgrounds for children. We have the children's pool as well, and this courtyard is designed so that you will have many places to play hide and seek, and
nice.
It's just a really nice place to be.
No, my kid would love it then.
Yeah, mine too.
He loves to play hide and seek.
Yeah.
So mainly we've talked about Arisha, the USP. Feels like home. That is what I felt, that it feels like home.
Yeah.
And you've told about the main architecture. It's very natural, organic.
Yeah.
When can we visit?
Yes.
Let's show
When
us
can
the
we
location.
visit?
We would want to see it.
Yeah.
But are you like planning more?
Yes, sure.
More on these lines or more on new ideas?
Yeah, I can't really talk about it right now, but we definitely have very, very big plans for Dubai.
Nice.
The current portfolio is 2.1 billion dirham, and
Impressive.
much more to come.
Okay.
So it is going to be, QUBE is going to make their mark here.
Thank you.
I'm 100%
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you. They definitely will.
Yeah.
So if you are listening in, if you would like a home that's very much green, has Mother of Earth in it, and it's very genuine, and you want that community feeling, do tune in with QUBE Development's Arisha Terraces. Don't forget to follow all our channels, subscribe for our newsletter, and we also have a WhatsApp channel now.
Join us on our WhatsApp to get all the developments from the business world, from everything that is happening in the Middle East. And thank you very much. If you joined us in the middle and you missed some of the information about QUBE, you can always watch the show again or listen to it on all listening platforms. Thank you very much. Thank you, Leon.
Thank you.
For coming
Thank
here.
you for watching.
It was very nice
Thank
to
you so
talk to
much.
you.
It was nice meeting you.
Thank you very much. This is the Smashy Business Show, a part of Smashy Business Production, part of the larger Augustus Media Broadcast Network. Have a great day.